Yeah, welcome to the live elections update right here on Flip TV. Yes, so we're here and we're right here to give you all the updates going on in the elections. You already know that the elections are going down today in 3 states currently in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, talking about Kogi, Imo State, and also Bayelsa State. In two of the states, we have the incumbent of that's the governors that are there running for second term. Whereas we have in Kogi State, we have new frontrunners that are coming up to take over the mantle of power and leadership from the former governor, or currently the incumbent governor who is outgoing in Kogi State, talking about Yaya Bello. So we're bringing you all the details and some of the happenings that are going on in different of these centers, even as the elections have officially kicked off in many of these places. Today being an 11th day in the month of November, and it's a day that many of the states, they will say this is the day the Lord has made, and they will rejoice and be glad in it, as electorates have come outside, all casting their votes in different places. So we're live here in the studio to make sure that you get all the details. At least you'll be updated with some of the informations that we have for you on Flip TV this morning. My name is Ebuka Ezobika, and I say welcome to the live election updates of the elections going down in Bayelsa, Imo, and also in Kogi State. As you all know, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) they will be holding the first off-cycle elections since the 2023 general elections today, as the people of Bayelsa, Imo, and also Kogi State decide on their governors that will be leading them for the next 4 years. Like I mentioned, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, is going for his second term, and also the governor of Bayelsa State, talking about Duyodiri, is also contesting for second term, but he's coming up against strong oppositions from several parties that are jostling for the seat of the presidency in this state. Whereas for Kogi State, Yaya Bello is done with his tenure. But right there in Kogi State is getting hot as I speak to you. The PDP candidate, Senator Dino Melaye, coming out on Instagram this morning to call out the Independent National Electoral Commission. We'll give you all those details, trust me, live here on the show. And not forgetting what is going down. And the SDP also, you know, it's very, very interesting as things are going on in this election. So all the updates, will make sure that I bring them to you this morning. Now, a total of 46,084 regular and ad hoc staff have been deployed in these 3 states, according to the electoral body that's talking about the Independent National Electoral Commission, talking about INEC, and at least 126 national and international organizations have been accredited, with 11,000 observers deployed for the elections, while 80 media organizations applied to deploy 1,203 personnel, including journalists and technical support staff, have all been accredited to cover these elections. Now, it's interesting because these elections are just going on in just 3 states. We have 36 states in the country and the FCT right now. So there is enough space for securities, enough space for ad hoc staff, enough space for journalists and media organizations to cover, because we're just in 3 states. Not forgetting, Bayelsa State have, I think, just 8 local governments, so it's not that far-fetched in Bayelsa State as regards other states like Kogi and also Imo State. So currently, if you're watching us live here on Flip TV and you're probably in any of these states, or you have any information you want to share with us, feel free to let me know on the comment section there. Let me know if you're in this state, if you're in Imo, if you're in Kogi, or you're in Bayelsa State, any of the states you're watching from, and you have information to send across to me in the studio this morning, please do so that we can let you know, or we can let others know what is really going on in these states. Or if you have information, or you've heard 1 or 2 things that you feel like sharing, please feel free to share them this morning, so that we can give updates. Then also, as we're getting the feelers from different states as it's going down, I will also let you know as it is here this morning. Okay, so it's the election day in these 3 states, talking about Imo, Bayelsa, and also Kogi State. Or probably You are from this state also. You didn't travel for the elections. Tell me, what are your expectations from the elections going down in your state? Then also, you can also let me know what are your expectations from INEC. Don't forget, we've been talking about the issues of IREV, e-transmission. INEC have promised us that in this particular election, that it will be using the electronic transmission of results. So we shouldn't be having issues concerning the electronic transmission of results as it is. Okay, so and I also not forgetting that INEC has issued strong warning to its staff that Kogi and Bayelsa allow voters to decide. The former governor, or rather the former president also, talking about Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, is also in Bayelsa State as I speak to you. In fact, he has casted his own vote in Bayelsa, talking about the former president. He's also from Bayelsa State, if you recall. He's from that same state. So he has also done his own elections. He has casted his vote, and he's appealing for all Bayelsans to troop out, to come outside to perform their own franchise and cast their own vote. So small updates are coming in this morning. Trust us here on Flip to give you all that you need to know concerning the basic information going down in this state. Now let's move over to Imo State. Now the governorship candidate in Imo State, Samuel Anyanwu, he has casted his own vote in the Amaimo ward that I was talking about in Ikeduru local government area. Yes, he's one of the contestants, or rather candidates that are jostling for the seat of the governor right there in Imo State. Talking about Samuel Anyanwu, he has just casted his own vote, and speaking to the media, he decried the late arrival of voting materials, while alleging that gunshots were heard in the ward, whereby security operatives warding off miscreants in that particular place. He complained that first things first, that the INEC officials, they didn't arrive on time, that they were not there on time, and also he mentioned the fact that the gunshot that people heard were gunshots of security agencies that were trying to chase off thugs who were there to cause mayhem in that area. But the presence of the presence of security agencies made sure that this did not happen in that particular place. So we are looking, and he has casted his own vote right there. Moving on now to others. I mentioned that former President Goodluck Jonathan casted his own vote today at Ward 13, polling unit 39 in Otueke, that's in Bayelsa State. Now, he expressed concerns over the spate of off-cycle elections while calling on the National and State Assembly to create a legislature that would align all the elections for the health of Nigerian democracy. Now he's talking about this because we don't have a uniformed election anymore, being that so many of these cases have been in court, so court decides many of these things. So for that, we have off-cycle elections that are coming off at a point when others have done the elections. Not forgetting that between February and March, we had both the governorship and the presidential elections during these periods. But some of these states could not, and they will not, because as it is right now, their cases were in court, and we have these off-cycle elections. So he's appealing to the National and State Assembly to come up with a law that will merge and make sure that all of these elections are done together. This is coming from former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, casting his vote there in Otueke as it is. Okay, if you have any information, like I mentioned, feel free to let me know under the comment section. Then what are your expectations rather from these elections? INEC have been in the eyes of the public after the last elections, the governorship and the presidential elections. So many of the cases, in fact 80% of the cases were in court, if not 90% were in court, and some cases too are still being decided, talking about from local government chairmanship level down to the presidency that has just been decided finally. So please let me know, what are your expectations from INEC in this particular off-cycle elections going down in 3 states. Some people of the saying that, well, it's just 3 states, so INEC should not find it difficult to, do the needful in these elections in regards of security agencies, in regards of bringing on the apparatus, and also enough ad hoc staff that will be able to go around. So people are saying that INEC should not find it difficult concerning that particular one also. So let me know, what are your expectations from INEC in these elections? Then moving on to other news, Governor Doyodiri of the People's Democratic Party is a candidate also in Bayelsa. If you already know, he's the incumbent governor. He has just casted his vote at the Okpokuma local government area in Bayelsa State. He has casted his vote, and no complaints. So far, so good from his own side there, from his ward there in Okpokuma local government area. So far, no issues in his own ward. Then moving on to Ododo. Ododo, that's talking about Ahmed Ododo in Kogi State. He is one of the governorship aspirants. The APC governorship candidate Ahmed Ododo has arrived for voting at his polling unit 12, Ward 001 in Upogoro, Odinku. This is in Okene, Kogi State. Now, Ododo is the sole candidate of the APC, and in fact, is the person that the incumbent governor there, Yaya Bello, is outgoing. This is the man.
Then stay tuned, because today I'm going
to be the next governor of Kogi State. Whereas the likes of Dino Melayi, he's not having it. There's a video already on Instagram of Dino already complaining that the elections have already been mad. Yes, he's talking about INEC officials, APC especially, is pointing fingers to the APC, that the APC have done things already, that they already manipulating the result sheet. I don't know if we have that ready as it is, but if we don't have it later, we will be sure to give that to you. Talking about Dino Melayi already lamenting, is already opening the book of Lamentations to lament of how things are going down in Kogi State. But currently, Ahmed Ododo has done his needful in the state there at his polling unit, unit 12, 001 Opogoro in Odenku in Okene, Kogi State, as it is there. So the elections are already going down now. Let's talk about security. Basically, security. The IG of police have come out to say that they would deploy policemen from other places, yes, from other states, just because of this election, so that there will be adequate security on ground for these elections, because we know how heated already these elections will be. Also, we know that the NSCDC, that's the Civil Defense Corps, have sent members of their own people too, just because of this election. So all security agencies, from the Navy to the Army to the Air Force to the police, everybody is on the ground in different areas that these elections are going down, in Imo State, in Bayelsa State, and also in Kogi State. It is heated up. You know how elections already are, or how the elections are basically in Nigeria as it is. Now let's move over to Kogi State. Now let's listen to the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Dino Melayi, complaining of how the elections, of all things that he has noticed so far in the elections. Let's listen to Dino Melayi this morning.
Result sheets, and that result sheets have been written. There's a massive protest in all polling units in Ogodimagongo local government of Kogi State right now. The result sheets have been, filled and tampered with already, and people are refusing to accredit, people are refusing to vote, and they are insisting that plain result sheets must be shown to agents in accordance to electoral law. If they refuse to show you result sheets in all polling units across the state, don't accredit, don't vote, protest and resist it. This is democracy. We must protect our votes. We must protect the process. We must make sure that all the regulations are being observed and respected. I call on all my agents all across the states that once plain result sheets are not shown to you before the commencement of accreditation. Don't accredit, don't vote, resist it and protest, record it, video it, show the faces of these compromised INEC staff and security agents and post it on all platforms of social media. We shall overcome. This election is a must win for us. Thank you. To show agents result sheets and that result sheets have been written. There's a massive protest in all polling units in Ogorimagongo local government of Kogi State right now. The result sheets have been, filled and tampered with already. And people are refusing to accredit, people are refusing to vote, and they are insisting that plain result sheet must be shown to agents in accordance to electoral law. If they refuse to show you result sheets in all polling units across the state, don't accredit, don't vote, protest and resist it. This is democracy. We must protect our votes. We must protect the process. We must make sure that all the regulations are being observed and respected. I call on all my agents all across the state that once plain result sheets are not shown to you before the commencement of accreditation, don't accredit, don't vote, resist it and protest, record it, video it, show the faces of these compromised INEC staff and security agents and post it on all platforms of social media. We shall overcome. This election is a must win for us. Thank you. To show agents result sheets and that result sheets have been written. There's a massive protest in all